Anthony Dutcher here with Vix Media Group, the agency that helps you scale your business faster. I have a great piece of content today for you folks. It is all around a lightweight CRM, a system where you can very easily plug your ads across Meta, TikTok, and other channels right into a small, compact CRM to see lead flow all throughout the funnel. I'm super excited to share this one with you because it's only going to cost you maybe 50 to 60 bucks a month, as opposed to HubSpot or Salesforce's, where we all know how crazy those prices go at minimum. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so there's only 3 platforms that you need to pay for to make this happen. One being our home base of Notion. As an agency, we use this platform abundantly. I think you might be able to get away with this for free, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to say that for $10 a month, you should get everything you need under this plan. Second platform we're going to use is Zapier, about $30 a month for the 750 tasks a month you'd want. And I mean, unless you're high volume, you should have a bigger and badder system. Anyways, this is a lightweight, compact CRM, so something that $30 a month for Zapier makes sense. That is going to be the most expensive in this bundle. And then lastly, we have SendGrid. Many ESPs out there. I like SendGrid just because it's quick go to market and very affordable. I'm looking at the marketing plan for $15 a month because we're using Zapier and the webhooks. It doesn't demand this API plan for developers. I'm not the most educated in why that is, but this basic plan does work. It's what we're under. So let's add up. We're at $55 a month to make this system, and I'm really going to get into how it connects to everything in full. So, all right, so maybe you've used Notion before, maybe you haven't. No worries if not. Kind of a combination of Google Drive and Trello and Monday. We use it for project management, storing database items, and everything few and far between. Our clients love coming in and interacting with their databases. They can track progress of everything. Just big fans. This is not a Notion promotion video. We just love it so much, and it's become crucial to a part of the strategy. With that, kind of Trello boardy in sense, I've made this quote unquote CRM. And no, it is not, Anthony, it's not a CRM. It's really not. It's not carrying out the actions here. It's not telling me about my leads. It is taking leads in, and then, I can configure it how I want to. So I'm going to call it CRM for the sake of this video. We're doing it. And, I'm going to bucket people into lead manually or via automated means of some kind of triggers. You could move people through the funnel, but I just want to get the leads into one place from the ad servers for you to see. So I've added a few extra items here that I would, as a marketing agency, want to collect from a user, such as first name, last name, their industry, what's their company. If their company has a website, do input that, and then the lead source being Facebook. I'm just going to toy around with Meta, Facebook and Instagram, as well as TikTok, because their native lead forms are quite great, and they integrate into this flawlessly. And I will preface by saying this eliminates the need to have a landing page. Sure, we love to send traffic and try and get conversion metrics based on that traffic and retargeting back to these lead pages, but these ad platforms are going to prioritize the native forms because they can optimize them more and collect more data. And this removes the need for any kind of pixel set. You can optimize around this fully, and I'm a big fan of it. And clients see great success with it. So that's all I have. So, once you've signed up for Notion, this kind of card system is quite easy to make. And just, you could move, this could be projects. We use this for reporting and moving projects along a flow, but we're going to use it for lead intake right now. And that's enough of that. I'll just kind of jump into the next piece of it. So once you have all of your platforms, and go ahead and get free trials for all of them and just try this out. I want to kind of do this backwards and show you sending a lead from your CRM to SendGrid, because this is where you can carry out your actions, like send a follow-up email immediately. Go ahead and create a just kind of quote, like what are the fields I want to collect over time, and create a dummy lead. So I've created myself here. Let's create my company as Vix Media Group. Okay, so I've got a record here filled out with a little extra data. Oh, let's add city. I am in Denver. Destination. I don't need this field. It'll pre-populate a few. You are going to want to make sure after you've made this page that you actually publish it to the web. This is crucial to create the Zap later. I do believe, I don't think if it's hidden that it can access it. I could be wrong. Just toy around with it. Sometimes it's a little slow for the Zap to pick up its feed. So do this first, get it live, get it created, go over to SendGrid, and by the time we get to Zap, it should be there. So once you are in your SendGrid, you can create a new list. Go ahead and save that list. Okay, so then we have our new marketing playbook lead intake. And just so everyone knows, I'm just making a video ad that invites Colorado business owners to come and consult with us entirely for free. I'm going to give them a full marketing playbook as I would see it. Okay, so we have this new lead list here. You actually want to go to settings and create an API key as well. This is a test, so I can show you my API keys. Full access. Take this API key and I'll show it to you again. Make sure you got it. Copy and paste that. Make sure you have that. That should be be all you need from SendGrid in this tutorial. You're going to want to set up automations though, and the automation trigger is that someone is subscribed to that list. So they'll be flowing, the leads will be flowing into SendGrid because of the Zap that we're going to create. You just set up your own automations based on that trigger an automation to a user if they just joined those contact lists. Now the fun stuff. Now how do we connect a little bit of this into Zap? The latter part is going to be the actual ad setup into this CRM, and you'll see why I'm doing that specifically. So once you have a Zapier account and you're in there, go ahead and create a new Zap. Give it a name first and foremost. Notion to SendGrid. So my trigger is going to be Notion. Choose an event, new database item. Again, this is why this is great setup, because you can actually, if something's updated, trigger another automation, which is super advantageous. So I'm going to connect my account. My trigger is going to be the Vix Sales CRM, which I've set up. You may have to, in your first time, give access to certain Notion databases. We have our Notion very organized. So this is Vix. I'm not giving access to any kind of client assets or anything like that. And I've given access to this specifically, and that's why it showed up. In your first time through, you're going to be patient with it. Sometimes Zap just takes a little while to populate that. Because I added that test record, it should be in there. So here I am. There's my website. I'm in marketing. So it picked it up already. So that is great. It doesn't always happen this easy. Sometimes, like I said, it's just a little bit of a waiting game or tinkering, and you'll get there. I want to send the lead to SendGrid. What is my event? Create or update a contact. That's me. I'm already signed in. You'll have to sign in here. Okay, this is where we start. Actually, the action is actually assigning the field from the Notion database to SendGrid as a contact. So how do you get your list ID in SendGrid? You'll go back to your list you created, new marketing playbook, lead intake. If you click on the URL, this is how most ESPs work. The lead list is usually the last piece appended to the URL after list or ID, something like this. I just know that it's this in SendGrid, whatever your platform, Klaviyo, SendLane, probably is similar, or just hit up support and ask where it is. So I have that lead list. Now let me go back. I'm gonna enter my lead list here. First name, my last name, address. I can put city. Oh, this is all that SendGrid needs. In my opinion, you should be able to append other tags as necessary, but we don't quite need them. One workaround for this would be just subscribing people to different lists if they come from different places, or, maybe the Notion database item isn't, Facebook leads. You could do that. Facebook leads, TikTok leads, Instagram leads, Google, YouTube leads, and bucket them that way. And if they're subscribed into those, it could put them in different lists. For the sake of this video and my content, it's all going into one. It's a very lightweight test. So this actually will suffice for me when I'm sending these emails. I really only need their email. I know where they came from. I'll append tags as they go through the funnel. Continue, test this step, and we wait just a little bit. Sometimes I am darn certain it's going to work, so I'm going to publish it. We'll check in SendGrid in a minute. You can always retest the step there. This is fun. This is super fun. You can come back and test before you publish now if you want to add new fields and just go through. And you can keep sending the data all over the place. Just make sure on your lead intakes that you're requesting the right to send emails. Us as marketers like to avoid that piece. All right, so your Zap is on. I'm going to go over to SendGrid. You know what? It didn't make me connect to the API key because I was already connected, and I apologize. I wanted to show you all that. That phase was when you actually connect the account. I'm almost positive they requested then. So since I already had an API key for doing this before, it kind of bypassed it. So eventually I will be populated here. It's just a waiting game. So data added. Oh, I'm already in the lead list of our whole SendGrid account. So date updated 6/13. See if it has my city. That'll be the prime. So Denver is there. So now CRM for lead intake is connected to an email center, so we can send an automated message to these people as soon as they've signed up for us. So let's actually go into the ad servers, Meta, so for Instagram and Facebook, as well as TikTok, and just see how we can connect those to the Notion database. Everything should be running smoothly. So I've gone ahead and created an ad of myself in my backyard with my son. Whatever your enticing offer is, you'll want to go ahead and use the lead generation format in your campaign strategy. You'll do leads. You can use instant forms. Once you've gotten done there and created it, you don't connect it in this environment as you would think. You just go ahead and publish and make sure you've titled your form accordingly. So I have my crafty form here, and let me show you what it looks like. Is this edit? Oh, you can connect here, lead delivery, because it's not through their event manager. I despise their event manager. See if webhooks is often what you webhooks by Zapier. Well, would you look at that? So it is here. The other way I've I've published it and gone into Zapier and just found it. Oh, okay. This is just opening a Zap. I'm going to get out of here. Your ad can be unpublished. I have it published right now. So it is running. You'll want to toy around with that if you don't see it at first. Make a new Zap here. So I'm going to rename this as before. My trigger is going to be, I've seen this for business admins one. I haven't used it. I use leads ads. Make sure you choose your event. Sometimes you're like, what do I do? What is the next step? I can't continue. It's actually a new lead there. Account, I'm already connected. Just connect to your personal Facebook. Okay, Vix Media Group, the form. Look at that. Thank God it's there. The marketing playbook. So we select that. We're going to continue. Test your trigger. So it is testing. I have some other questions in here. Dummy data. This is my actual form on Facebook that I've set up. So we're going to continue with that record and then attach it to the Notion. That's it. Add a record, create a database item. It is a database in Notion. I should have prefaced that earlier. Choose an account. Choose the database you want it to go in, the sales CRM. A name. This is fun. You can append multiple items here. So, and then enter space to get the second. Sometimes you don't, and you're like, why is this name all together? Priority, you can do this if you want, if a certain channel is better than the others, or maybe you have some logic to apply this. Let's just say everyone is high, status, everyone's going to go and lead. This is where I was saying you could bucket people by ad channel if you've really broken up. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like wherever you want them to go. Industry, if they've written this out for us, I'm going to go with that one and not the raw one. Website, don't have one. Account owner, put me, I'm the lead on these. My last name. Oh, there we go. We got platform, include time. Yeah, we want the time. First name, company, name of your business. I wrote out. Let's see where city is. City, yes. Email. There's that email. Start date and time. You can also append specific variables to these. You can actually see the ad that drove certain things so that when you get into your CRM, you can find out which ad type did this lead come from. Very, very valuable. So I think that's content here. So I can actually add, we'll start there. I do plain text. This should get us going. This is the basis for it now. All right. So we're going to test the step, give it just a minute. I'm going to publish it. We're going to hop into Notion after. And look at that. Almost super quick. It really made the name and everything quite lengthy. Test lead. I don't believe this would populate. We could go into the meta business. Can't you preview? So let's advanced preview this bad boy. We're just going to say it's working, and that's exactly how we want it. So I'm cool with that. That's it. The lead is showing in there. And then let's go over to TikTok just because it's just become such a powerful platform for marketers and everyone alike. All right. So coming over to TikTok to do the same thing that we just did with Meta to connect it to the Notion quite easily. I am going to use the connection natively in TikTok where I did not in Facebook because I hadn't seen that before actually in Facebook. It had just showed it for me more recently, but I found way with Zapier. So I'm actually going to use the native connect to CRM function right in TikTok. Could maybe do it through Zapier straight up, but I only found out about this and figured this lightweight CRM out because of this TikTok feature. Yeah, it looks exactly like Facebook's did. So that makes total sense. You're just going to make sure you drag it into the right bucket if you have your Zaps organized. Playbook, trigger, ad account, connect your ad account, form ID, lead intake, continue, test the trigger. This helps you validate that your form's kind of like what you wanted and the data you wanted to see. Continue. You don't need this post. You can actually delete this and go straight to Notion. Create a database item, connect to my Notion, our action, the Vix sales CRM, as I've been saying. The database item name, so we'll do first name, last name. That's the name actually on Notion itself up here. Can't hurt to see it up front if you're looking for someone later. We're saying everyone's high. Or in Denver, or in lead, the web's industry. Did I ask that in my TikTok ad? I may not have. What industry do you operate in? Look at that. Looking out for myself every step of the way. Our website is, boom. I'm going to put me. I'm man in the leaves. Last name. I don't know why this is backwards, but it is. Source. Let's see if TikTok has a channel. I'm not seeing it. We could make something that says campaign. Let me throw in campaign and maybe it'll be unique later. That I guess that is kind of important. Oh, you can just write shit in here. You don't need to connect stuff. Include with time and date. Yes, sir. Name. Y'all are really getting to see me every step of the way through all the thick and the thin here. Well, I think it's important because I had to fall on my face quite a few times to figure this out, right? Company, business name. What is your business name? This is great for B2B, but it can really work for consumers too. Any B2C strategy. Did I collect city? Ooh, it listed Mountain View out for you. Yes. Really just depending with everything here. Content. This adds extra content if we want to see anything like Page ID, sure. Let's just add all the unique ad fields to it so that they show, because you never know. Make sure you do a space. Okay, so that should be enough for what I need for now. Format plain text, let's do it. Let's continue, let's test this bad boy. In this phase, it should come into Notion. So a little bit of work. I've spent an hour or two getting my ads all set up and my targeting. But then this, if you're already using some of these platforms, it can just be so effective. It can just save you so much money to have a $60 CRM and funnel leads through. I mean, you can do this and pipe in LinkedIn, connect your YouTube ads. It also makes it easy if you're ingesting WordPress forms and you have Contact Form 7 set up. There's so many tools that can connect to this kind of flow, and you can basically no code your way to success. Granted, there's a time and a place to deploy a development team that can, really have their hands on the wheel here and drive you where you want to go and have to go. But for a bootstrapped team that just needs to get something going to prove a concept, this is an incredibly effective way. So let's check our sales CRM, and there is Jane Doe from TikTok. See, it added TikTok to the source that I wrote in manually. Do I need to do that for Facebook? I do, and we'll go back and check that and just so you can see how to edit. Look at that. That's just amazing. It's got the email address, campaign name. I don't know why it's appending this test lead. That may be something in a tested environment that it's doing. It's not that raw thing I was uncovering. Hey, it's working. It's published. That's another step, is double checking everything is published. Let me get back to my Facebook one, because I can totally edit here with a big old pencil. Come to source platform, no data, Facebook. This would be an issue now if I have Facebook and Instagram running through into this. It's really good I prefer to really know where each comes from. However, you could just run a different connection for your Instagram ads specifically versus your Facebook ones. It isn't the best for conversion optimization because you can really find a good pocket on a smaller budget, but I personally like to have my campaigns spread out across them each. I've got that updated there to Facebook. Continue. Let's retest the step and publish V2. Sometimes you should probably actually title what you changed, but we don't always do that. I have Facebook in the lead source. And now I don't know what the test if my send grids will have been updating as I was going. It'd be amazing if it was. Let's go to contacts. So in new marketing playbook, look at that. I've got my test Facebook transaction and I've got my test one from TikTok just moments ago. It should be repopulating a new one any moment. Oh, it's because it's the same email, so no problem. It'll just have updated it with new information. And now I'm triggering automations. Now my team is receiving these. You can send text to people. You can send emails. You can BCC yourself on emails if records are showing into a Notion database and send a zap accordingly. Like, it is such a sophisticated platform, and this really is just an amazing bootstrap way to find early success and prove out strategies. Like I said, if you're going to be investing a lot of time in high dollars, maybe this isn't right for you, but for $60 a month, this is by far the best solution that you could put together out there. Once again, folks, this is Anthony Dutcher with Vix Media Group, the agency that helps you scale your business faster. Signing off.